Amber Green from Louisville Public Library. Today we're going to be doing some crafting, but I wanted to let you know we're going to have a grab bag the first Monday of every month. It's going to be related to the craft. There'll be supplies in there for you, and it will correspond with that Saturday's video. So this will be once a month, the first Monday of the month. Also, if you could leave a comment, we'd really appreciate it. It truly helps the library. Just let us know how many people are watching at home and if there's anything else you'd like me to do in the crafting videos or different crafts you'd like to see. Okay, let's get started. Hi, so today we're going to be making this fun little coaster. It's made out of wood blocks, super easy and really cheap to make. Hope you enjoy. Let's get started. Okay, so to get started, you need some little like wood blocks. You can get a lot of these at craft stores, really inexpensive. Some Podge, which you can also make with water and some like Elmer's glue if you don't have Podge. Do like a little dish with just a teeny bit of water, just like a couple drops. We'll be mixing this with some brown paint. And then I have a glue stick, and I'll tell you why later. And then of course a brush, and then some napkins. So this is what it looks like when it's done. To get started, you take your blocks. I have painted all of these except two, just so that I can show you what it looks like. You don't have to paint them, but as you can see, they're just like bare, very light in color. So I like this kind of look a little bit better. Just has like a little bit of darkness. There's some different, shades. I just like the way that looks a little bit better. So how I achieved this kind of stained look is I used a little bit of water and a little bit of brown paint. You could also use, if you don't have stain, some coffee, or you could use stain, but I don't have any, so I'm using this. This doesn't really, smell like stain, which is nice too. And it's a lot clean, less messy, because it's just brown acrylic. Just take a little bit of that and you mix it inside your container with that little bit of water to just get kind of a wash of brown. It'll be like, pretty watery. You can kind of see that maybe. So I take that, and then I take one of these blocks and just paint it with this kind of watery solution. So just go around and paint that. And then this will take, I don't know, about maybe 20 minutes to dry, something like that. It really doesn't take too long. So you put that one off to the side. We're going to do our other one here. So again, it's totally bare. I'm just painting it like you normally would with any kind of paint or stain. This is just going to give it that look, that kind of just little wash of color, which I like. And then if you want, you could also do more than one coat. I'm just going to do one coat for these. So I'm putting these off to the side, letting them dry. And then I'm just going to put this off to the side as well. So we're done with this. See, it's really quick. Even if you're painting them, all, it's a pretty quick process. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your wooden pieces, kind of set them up together, just like this. And then just kind of get a feel for how you want it to look. As you see, I kind of had them sort of random, and I put one here, and then I thought, well, I want like a light one, then another dark one. So you can kind of do it in a kind of pattern if you want, or just totally random, but just before you actually glue them together, get a sense of how you want it to look. Okay, so we're going to take just a quick break. I'm going to let these dry, and then I'm going to show you how to glue them together. Okay, we're back and we're ready to glue our pieces together. So we have 16 total pieces. You could, make it bigger and do more. You could even technically do a little less, I suppose, but it might be a little too small. So I'm going to be using hot glue today. You don't have to use hot glue, but you do need something strong. You could also use something like E6000, just something you have at home, but it has to be a strong glue. It can't be like Elmer's glue. You could maybe get that to work, but it'll be a lot of drying time. So just keep that in mind. So these are about dry. So now I'm just going to, one at a time, glue these all together. So I'm going to do this way, yes. I'm going to take my glue, put a little bit onto one side, and literally just glue them together. And what's also nice about hot glue is if you make a mistake, if something's a little crooked, which is this one kind of is, I'm just gonna take it apart. Usually it comes apart really easy, except right now when I want to show you. There we go. Okay, so we do that one more time. Okay, I think that's a little bit straighter. So now we're just going to keep kind of gluing along. So I just do one row of 4 first and then glue from there. Okay. Now we're adding our 4th to the row. See, as you can kind of see there, just got a row of 4 blocks. And then when you want to take this first row and glue your next one, I just glue this block like that, and then just keep going along. So put some glue on there, and glue that straight as you can get it. And then just, again, just do the exact same thing. I'm gonna actually put a little bit of glue on this block and on this block to really hold this in there. And just kind of pinch them all together. So I'm just going to keep repeating this process over and over again until all of my blocks are glued together like this. So I will show you just a couple more. Okay, so again, just glue on each side. Okay, see, glue on this block and then glue on this block and putting it in there. All right, so we're gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna finish gluing these all together and I'll show you how I finish it off. Okay, so I have glued all of my pieces together and now it looks like this. This is unfinished. We have to finish it off with some Mod Podge. So what I did was for this one, I Mod Podged it first, and then, so you can see in both of these, there are some little gaps. I filled those gaps with some just stick glue. You could use something a little better. This is what I have, and it honestly works just fine. So I actually Mod Podged it first and then filled it. Today I'm going to do it differently. I'm just going to fill it first, and then we will put the Mod Podge on. So I literally just, just act like I'm gluing it just around all of those gaps and just filling it with that glue. clear, so it will look nice when it's all dry. I let this one dry overnight, and then it should be good to use. Just with the amount of glue we're putting on here, that's your best bet, just to let it go ahead and dry overnight, even 2 nights if you want to really make sure everything is totally dry. So as you can see, some of those gaps are getting filled. These blocks are not cut, exactly perfect, so no matter how carefully you glue them together, there's still going to be, some gaps, some kind of unevenness, but that's totally fine. They still work, they're still functional, they still look nice. Alright, so I'm pretty much gone through all of these here. Just gonna finish off this one side. Maybe add a little bit more to this side as well. Take your glue, put it off to the side, and then get your Mod Podge and a brush. Just gonna dip into there, and then just paint on top of it. This also, again, will dry clear, so there's no issue about it, because it doesn't look very nice when you're doing it, but once again, it will dry clear, so don't worry about that. If you wanted to put a few coats on, you could. For that one, I did 2 coats, and I think 2 coats is perfectly fine. You could do 3 or 4 even. Just let them dry in between each coat. Once it's dry to the touch, you can go ahead and put your 2nd, 3rd, and so on. I'm just literally painting the top of this, as you can see. It's a pretty quick process. Pretty much, yep, I am done. So that's what it looks like right now. And then when you're done, you let it totally dry. Again, it'll look like this, have kind of a shine to it. And now you can kind of, put whatever beverage you have on top, and it just looks really cute, and it's your own creation. Okay, thanks for watching. Join us again next week. Thanks for watching our video today. Join us again next week and every week on Saturdays for a crafting video. Also, again, there'll be a grab bag once a month on Mondays, the first Monday of the month, corresponding with that Saturday's craft. Again, please leave us a comment in this video. We'd really appreciate it. It helps us a bunch. And don't forget to stay safe out there.